Monday, happy Monday. I'm a teacher and I'm on my way to school, and it's going to be a kind of a short video because I started late. I'm just sitting here driving to school, and the scenery is gorgeous once again. Today it is 15 degrees. It's very cold. This has been a really cold December. Usually December is a little more mild and we hit the cold in January, but we're in cold right now. And as I'm driving to school, there's lots of trees, and there was a beautiful, it's like gray type colors, which you can kind of see in this video. And it was kind of like orangish and just very beautiful colors that, I'm thinking, I love to paint, I was thinking, how would I paint that? Because the colors are just gorgeous. So I'm on my way to school, and the sun is poking up. The sky is pretty clear, but I'm a little earlier than normal, so I'm not getting the glare, which is good. I'm headed to school. This is the last week before Christmas, and we are kind of, wrapping things up. I know I am in my classes to try and get as much done as I can before the holidays, and then come back. It takes a few days to get back into the schedule and all that, but it is cold today. It is really cold. So that's the one thing that this time of year is hard. And we did have a dusting of snow on like Saturday night into Sunday, and during the day a little bit on Sunday, like 1 to 2 inches. So it was, my husband got the snow blower out. I had to go and shovel out my mom's driveway. So because if it gets, you get a little bit of a dusting, then it gets really cold, you're gonna have ice. So that's what you want to kind of avoid. You don't want to have a lot of ice that you have to deal with. So you want to clear the roadways, put down the ice melt or salt or whatever you have, and you don't want it to build up, because that's how it's dangerous. And this time of year, it might not be able to go away because it's so cold. It did look like on the weather app that it's supposed to warm up in a couple days. So hopefully that will happen. But we're on our way to school, and it's before Christmas, and we had kind of a nice Christmas weekend. We went to my daughter's, where her daughter does horse riding lessons, and this is a wonderful place. It's a pretty good price, and her daughter does horse riding lessons. And I feel kind of bad because that was not on my radar. My daughter always loved horses, my oldest, and she always cut out horse pictures. She had taped horses all over the wall, and she just loved horses. But she never really rode them, and she just had pictures of them, and she loved them all through the years. But we did music lessons. I figured music lessons is something that you will use your whole life. You'll use music in many ways and throughout your life, in church, nursing homes, all kinds of things. So we did a lot of music lessons, but she actually does do music lessons for her daughter, and she also does horse riding lessons. And it turns out that the people that run this horse farm, they are Christians, and every year they do a production of the nativity, and they do a live nativity, and it was really amazing. So they have the live animals, and you go in, they have like hay you can sit on, and they have the whole production of the story, the real Christmas story. And it was really nice. And my granddaughter actually sang in the choir with the angels. And then my daughter, she sang in the choir with there's the sun. She sang in the choir with the townspeople. So she sang like Silent Night, different songs like that. They had a few soloists, and it was just really amazing. It was just absolutely wonderful. And so we got to do that this weekend, and then we also spent some time with the grandkids, and we also, you know, had the snow, which was nice, and it was just a really nice time. And while I was sitting there listening to the music, I was just thinking about how this time of year Jesus came to bring peace on earth. And you know, it wasn't peaceful when he first came, and there was a lot of bad stuff going on in the world back then. There were lots of dangerous things for children. You know, a lot of taxes were really high. People were being oppressed. They needed a savior, and they wanted a savior of this world, and they got a spiritual savior, you know, a savior for eternity. And it's just a really amazing time of year to reflect on the greatness of God and, you know, humanity, who we are, why we're here, and that God does want us to have peace on earth. And all the things that are going on in our world, even right now, swirling around in the news and everything else, is to take our peace away. One thing that I have, even in my Facebook account, I have, you know, all my friends. I have lots of people. I have over 1,000 friends on my, and I don't even see all my friends' feeds. Like, I see lots of advertisements and things that I didn't even ask for. Like, I get information about all the accidents, all the news, and it's all stuff to stress me out. And so I feel like, you know, even things like that, they take away our peace. My Facebook is kind of fixed. I will put people on hide. I will put people, you know, snooze if they stress me out. But I still get advertisements, you know, that help me to know, you know, there's been an accident, so-and-so is sick, you know, so-and-so got fired from their job, and, you know, the companies are closing down, you know, and all these things happen. And it's like, I feel like it's just designed to take away my peace. And obviously I don't have to go on Facebook. I could just shut it right down and not even bother with it. But I do like to check on my friends. I do like to see, you know, what people are saying. And so I try to, you know, fix it so I don't get too much stressed out stuff. But stuff I don't even ask for is coming. So I think we need to be careful, you know. Make sure you do take time to intentionally be peaceful and try to turn off the noise when you can, and just be at peace, because we will not fix all the troubles of the world. They're never going to be fixed. There's always going to be, once one trouble, we think, oh, phew, that one's over, another one's going to come. So we need to take time to be peaceful and to be intentional and think about Jesus came for peace, and find our peace. Find, you know, people to spend time with that you can be peaceful with, and find hobbies that you can do, like painting. This time of year, maybe filling out Christmas cards. Maybe that's peaceful, maybe it's not. This year I just did a card. I didn't worry about a photo. You know, some people love photos and they're really good at, you know, doing that sort of thing. I've done a lot of photos through the years. This year I was like, I don't have a photo I want to use, so how about we just send out a card with, actually I sent out a card that I got last year, and I got cards after Christmas for this year, and so they were cheaper. So that's one thing you could think about doing after the holidays, and just get, you know, your cards. And you can, my topic is having peace on this earth this time of year. You know, do you have to buy gifts for everyone? Probably not. send gift cards, send Amazon gift card. You could do that through, online. You can send things that don't cost a lot of money and stuff like that. So yeah, we're on our way to school, and I'm going to, work with my students. I have lots of stuff I brought because I drive a little ways to school, so I have to make sure I have everything I need. Have a few treats, things planned for the kids this week because it's the week before Christmas, and it's school, it's kids. They're really good kids. I work at a private school, so they're really good kids, and I'm really thankful that I have this job, and I really appreciate it, and that we have this country, that we have freedom to choose where we go to school. I work as a teacher so that my kids could go to school, and this is my last kid's senior year. So this will be the last year getting my kid through the school and on to whatever it is he wants to do with his life. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and go because I lose internet coming down up this road. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Please give a thumbs up, and I do hope that if you're a teacher, hey, post below, let me know what your schedule is, and do you have any plans for the Christmas break? I don't have a lot of big plans, but I have some work I need to do, just making plans for next year, and so I'm not really going anywhere particular. So just hunkering down in New Hampshire. So thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. I'm really thankful for all of my viewers. And I know I have a few repeat viewers that I've talked to here and there. Post below. Let me know how you're doing. Make sure that you get to, review the real meaning of Christmas. And if you can't get caught up in the hustle and bustle, don't worry about it. How about, let's seek peace this holiday season. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.